Sugar City Morning Show.
Good morning and welcome to today's edition of the Sugar City Morning Show. Live and direct from Nortevisión Studios here in Orange Walk. Buenos días a todos y bienvenidos a esta edición de Sugar City Morning Show. En vivo y en directo desde los estudios de Nortevisión aquí en Orange Walk. Un gran gusto saludarles hoy como siempre, deseándoles todo lo mejor desde el muy principio del día. Quiero desde muy temprano saludar a mi hermana Ena por ser sus cumpleaños hoy y deseándole todo lo mejor, mucha prosperidad, mucha felicidad, mucha amistad auténtica, todo lo bueno te deseo, de corazón, todo lo bueno. También quiero felicitar a otras personas que están cumpliendo años hoy, al señor Rubén Campos, nuestro buen amigo que viene a charlar con nosotros. Hey, Rubén, te deseo igualmente todo lo mejor. Y a otra persona que es muy especial en nuestros entornos, a Ivette Lu Torres, a mi prima. Se casó con mi primo. Hey, 3 personas muy importantes en mi vida. Muchas felicidades a los 3 de ustedes. Quiero desearles todo lo mejor desde muy principio del día. Que tengan un día de exitazo y que tengan mucho. ¿Qué les deseo? Les deseo mucha paz en sus corazones. Eso es, paz en sus corazones. La felicidad y la prosperidad viene conjunto a eso. Pero paz en tu corazón es lo que deseo para ti, para ustedes 3 y a otras personas que están cumpliendo años también. Vamos a ver rápidamente quién cumple y quién no cumple años, ya que estamos. Vamos a ver, porque sabes que Facebook nos dice todo. Ena cumple años hoy, Rubén y Rubén, Karen Cruz, Isolín Sylvester, también Eddie Castellanos. Muchas felicidades. También quiero saludar desde muy principio, desde muy temprano, a Landy de la Fuente, que cumple entre 3 días, y Elito Urbina, que cumple entre 3 días sus cumpleaños. Que cumplen años, perdón. Héctor Guerra, tus cumpleaños hoy. Zaire Escalante, tus cumpleaños entre 2 días. Parece que mucha gente nació en el mes de febrero. Pero a las 4 personas que cumplen años hoy, muchas felicidades, especialmente a mi hermana por ser mi hermana. Muchas felicidades y te deseamos todo, de parte de todos aquí te deseamos todo lo mejor. Compañeros, como dije, estamos transmitiendo en vivo y en directo desde Nortevisión y estamos muy contentos de decirles de que estamos transmitiendo por cable a todo el país de Belice y que por aire al norte de Belice, Corozal Pueblo, Aldeas, Orange Walk Pueblo y Aldeas por aire. Y también estamos transmitiendo por la página Facebook de Sugar City Morning Show. Como siempre, empezamos nuestro programa con una oración, dándole gracias, Padre, te doy las gracias por todo lo que nos das, por la vida, la salud, las fuerzas, por mi familia, por mi hermana, gracias, por mis amistades, gracias, por todo, Padre, que haces por nosotros, muchas gracias. A la medida que nos des tus bendiciones, lo agradecemos. Te pedimos que siempre estés con nosotros, nunca nos abandones. Te pedimos, Padre, por mucha serenidad para poder aceptar las cosas que no podemos cambiar, valor para cambiar las cosas que sí podemos cambiar y sabiduría para poder discernir la diferencia entre uno y el otro. Padre, te bendecimos, te adoramos y te glorificamos siempre. Amen. Good morning. If you've just joined us, it is 7 minutes after 7, and we go directly now to the general weather forecast. And for today, Wednesday, the 5th of February, general situation, mainly fair, warm, and dry conditions prevail as a moderate to fresh southeasterly airflow dominates over our area. You know what that sounds like? That sounds like Pakapahal Laki. That's what that sounds like. The 24-hour forecast, generally fair with little or no rainfall expected. The winds from the southeast, did I tell you not? 10 to 20 knots, gusty, and the sea state moderate to rough. Temperatures along the coast, 87 as a high, 80 as a low. Inland, 92 as a high and 74 as a low. That sounds like key weather. And in the hills, 84 as a high and 70 as a low. Small craft caution remains in effect for occasionally gusty winds and locally rough seas. The outlook for tomorrow, Thursday, similar conditions to continue on Thursday, then isolated showers may develop late Thursday night. A high tide occurs this morning at 2 minutes after 8, a low tide at 12:30, another high tide at 6:45 this evening, and another low tide at 2:28 tomorrow morning. The sun rose this morning at 6:23, the sun is setting at 5:49, and the moon is rising at 2:24 this afternoon and is setting at 3:55. That's tomorrow morning in the wee hours. Thank you, Crystal Rosales. Good morning, buenos días todos. Si se acaban de sintonizar al Canal 10, bienvenidos todos. Y gracias por la sintonía. Este es el reporte del estado del tiempo para hoy, miércoles 5 de febrero. Tengo 3 en febrero. Tengo, mi papá que fue el 2, mi hermana que es el 5, y también un sobrino, Faridi, que es el 18, me parece. 17, 18, algo por el estilo. Perdóname, Faridi. La situación general, buen tiempo, algo caluroso y condiciones secas. Eso es lo que estamos viendo hoy, tal como un flujo de aire proveniente del sudeste está dominando el clima en nuestra área. Está bastante fresco el viento que nace de este sistema, y por eso es que mantendrá la temperatura no tan caliente, aunque vamos a subir a 90, pero va a refrescar tantito. Generalmente buen tiempo hoy, ¿ok? No se espera nada de lluvia. Los vientos del sudeste 10 a 20 nudos con ráfagas más fuertes, así que aunque suba la temperatura a los 90, no se va a sentir tanto porque está fresco el viento. ¿Okay? El estado del mar moderado a agitado, temperaturas por la costa 87 como una máxima, 80 como una mínima. En el interior 92 como una máxima y 74 como una mínima. Pero, como dije, es aire seco, así que no se suda y no se siente uno incómodo. Y por las colinas 84 como una máxima y 70 como una mínima. Hay una nota de cautela que permanece en lugar por vientos fuertes y mares bastante agitados, así que cuídense mucho estando en mar abierto. Condiciones similares se verán mañana, y ya luego entonces cambiará tantito con chubascos aislados por la noche. Entonces mañana. El sol salió hoy a las 6:23, el sol se oculta a las 5:49, y la luna de igual forma sale a las 2:24 de la tarde y se oculta a las 3:55 por la madrugada. Muchas gracias, Crystal Rosales, y muchas gracias también a nuestros patrocinadores que siempre nos honran con sus anuncios. estamos hablando de German Vega Sons, Vega Imports, Vega Distributors, también Government of Belize Information Service, Belize Tourist Board y Gillette's Meat Shop. A&R Stores también. Vamos a una pausa y estaremos de vuelta con ustedes luego de estos anuncios, las 7:12.
Have you ever noticed the development that's taking place in your town or in your city? Maybe it's because you've been too busy enjoying the results. More for Belizeans, more for Belize, the government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Take a journey with us to endless possibilities. Our future as a country is now. DigiNet Boost is countrywide. Taking Belize into the future, a nationwide technological evolution. As the most advanced fiber connection, DigiNet Boost is a step forward into a modern world. Belize is powered by DigiNet. DigiNet Boost, now available countrywide.
Six cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine, rush runs, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
Our economy benefits when goods and mobile services get to their destination quickly. When citizens are able to travel without frustration and undue hurdles, everyone benefits as well. The government of Belize is happy to announce the imminent upgrades to the Corozal-Sartaneja Road. 27 miles of road will be upgraded to paved standards and will include the replacement of 2 ferries with new bridges.
Why is it that we're going to invest in Sartaneja? Why is it that we have to take $50 million to invest in an area where we do not have a political directorate? We believe that as a government, we have to provide a service to all Belizeans.
Well, this for the village of Chunosh is a big advantage both ways. Sometimes when we got sickness, we got people sick at the clinic there, women. When we reach at the ferry, can't pass, 45 minutes have to wait. So now this road will benefit whole village, Sartaneja and Copperbank, and part of Progreso too. Well, it's really important for us.
I know that our village is not so much developed with tourism because it's a remote village. And for that reason, we don't have a lot of tourism over there. But now with this upgrading of the road and the pavement of the road, I believe and I think that it will be much beneficial for us and for everybody.
More for Belizeans, More for Belize, the government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos de vuelta al Sugar City Morning Show. We'll do a quick a segment here, but in the meantime, I want you to please join me in saying good morning to our good friend, Mr. Robert Checky Usher. Good morning, Mr. Robert Checky Salawishos Piedmont Usher. ¿Cómo estás?
Good morning. I'm okay. You know what happened this morning? I never supposed to come on this morning, you know, but I don't have no issue with Mr. Martinez, but it looked like he may got an issue with me this morning. So you want me to sit down close to her to say everything is alright, but not everything is alright. Don't worry about nothing. If you still not going to sit down side, everything is still alright. Okay? You know how to bring things together, Joe. Achu or achu? Or a lie?
I will tell you like where my friend, my dear friend from Wayne named
I lie, man. But I'm glad you had that good laughter this morning.
Yes. You know, the Romans said that the laughter would clean your system, would purge you from all that phlegm and all that stuff.
Yeah, true.
And it does bring you up your spirit. Have some fun. Have some fun. Even if it's on somebody else's head, like he just did on mine.
Yeah, but the laughter was for you to laugh.
That's right.
You know. But today I want to say good morning to my great friend and brother from many years ago, Mr. Ruben Campos, Senior, RC1. Good morning, my brother. Happy birthday to you. And also to one of my other great friends, Miss Anna Martinez. Good morning, Anna. Guess what, guys? You know what? Age is just numbered, you know. Doesn't matter. It's how you feel.
That's right.
Don't worry about the numbers. Yeah, Yvette. Good morning, Yvette. We're coffee some waffle. After 9 this morning, we're going to go.
We want some birthday waffle.
Yeah, some birthday waffle, but we are pay. Cause you know when we go there, Yvette treat with a good man, and anytime go there, she want to give things.
I have been buying from her quite often because I spend a lot of time at Banquita, so I have lunch there.
Yeah, but good morning also, Yvette, and to everybody else celebrating their birthday, we are wishing you all the best. Also to my great brother and friend, Eddie Turbina Jr., his birthday is going to be on Saturday. So I want to wish you the best. I wish I could afford one guitar, you know, but you know how it is.
Well, Catablito, barbecue.
By Mari usually light up that grill, you know.
But I know.
You know, too. Woke up there. I remember me and Raul used to always go there when the Tito birthday, but you always go there and eat. Just like when Raul birthday, you know. Raul make sure that, hey, I tell you for one time, tomorrow my birthday. So you don't know. You can't miss invitation. Raul give invitation, you know. Can you know what you do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go hard by you. But Mr. Martinez, we know we have the minister coming up. Minister
who's already in the studio.
Yeah, but you know, I was listening to a very disturbing story that came out from Concepcion, which Concepcion is so close to us where we are at right here in Orange Walk, no? And I thought it was only one incident, but I was made to understand that it's more than one incident where 2 persons lost their life. You know, and it sound like that never nothing too harsh or nothing too hard what happened, and then 2 persons just lost their life. You know? And this person, one of the person accused, are close family, close friends from the families as well. And it just went down sad like that. You heard of that story?
Yes. And I'm going to make reference to what we saw on the news, or we heard on the news last night.
And you know, Concepcion is adjacent to
The way they.
Libertad.
The way they.
Libertad as well. You can go right through the back.
The way
When I go
they-
see my lease start at Libertad, I usually go through that Lee back road, but I stop go through that Lee back road, come and go through there, have to pass through Key and Field and so, you know, and things that happen. But it is
I
sad.
think it's Channel 5.
Yeah, it is sad to hear what happened because one of the family members was saying that they sit down and they drink Wally beer and so.
It is Paraíso.
No, it's Concepcion. They drink Wally beer and so, and this person look like he may like one of his sister, one of the accused, but maybe he never tell the girl he like her, you know, and things just keep on escalating and escalating.
And the worst part is that there were 2 stabbing deaths over
Yes.
the weekend. And both of them occurred in the north. That came for Daniel Cano as he was hanging out and having a good time with friends at a house in the village. Cano was stabbed multiple times during an altercation by a relative of his friend just past midnight on Sunday. Now, they were having a little chat, little drink, and altercation, meaning one was saying one thing and the other one is saying contrary. You know?
They start to quarrel, they
And
start to
start
reel up.
quarrel. And for that, they start to kill each other. Our ego so big. If that begins to happen right now with me, I walk off.
Like what I did this
I
morning.
walk off.
Like what I did this morning, if I walk off, I came on.
Whatever it has to do with-
But it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Same result.
Yeah.
The point is not to pay you mine.
You remember?
I have learned one thing now. If I have somebody where they cuss me up, and I know when to cuss that person and say away.
Yeah.
You know, simplemente I'm just gonna move,
Walk away.
walk away.
Because we see the result of
Call
this
me
one.
anything that you want, call me. I'll just walk away. Because in the first place, I'll prevent it from going any further.
Yeah.
I prevent damages, and directly I pick up one piece of one piece of something and whop this individual, and then you have a case again for me in jail.
Yeah, it's
I
good.
don't want that.
It's good that you walk away because one can't do it. It takes 2.
Thank you. And especially when they're drunk, when you can take advantage of them.
That time they march out the inner there and they want to bring it out. So
Right.
what the story is saying, Pa?
So it says, Cano was stabbed multiple times during an altercation by a relative of his friend just past midnight on Sunday. Cano was transported to the nearest hospital in Corozal for treatment, but perished while the suspect fled the scene. He has been apprehended by the police. News 5's Dwayne was reporting. He says the first death investigation by police for Corozal district since the start of the new year is from the village of Concepcion. A night of drinking and socializing between a group of friends ended with Daniel Kawo being stabbed multiple times. So that's sad. That's sad that because of drinking and having different opinions, we get to the point of actually killing our friends, or people who invite us to
because
have a couple of drinks.
If you are drinking together, you must have some bond as friends.
Exactly.
So why has to escalate to that?
Exactly. So who are we drinking with? Murderers?
Yeah.
Huh? What will they discuss so?
What has been that exchange for making?
What will they discuss so? What can we possibly discuss that is going to hurt this individual so much that he's going to take on what you call it and stab you? Huh? Can it be that they turn personal? I don't know.
But why have to go so far? Like when somebody sent a text here, he said, as my grandmother would say, when the rum is in the wits, the wits is out.
Same thing, yes.
They were drinking, right?
It says, Antonio Anderson, who's a friend of the deceased, gave this testimony. He says, we were good. We were having a good moment and we were drinking a couple of beers. And he was all right when the young man reached there, which is my nephew. He arrived with his car and then he entered the house and he was there. And I even presented the two of them. there were two of my sisters-in-law watching TV, and the guy that did this, he went to see one of my sisters-in-law because they had a baby. And we were drinking and having the moment, and then we went to Libertad. I borrowed my nephew's car and we went to Libertad because my friend told me that he wanted to buy some more bears and something else. The man tell me I'm going home, and I tell him it's okay then. And he said, give me 2 bears, one for the way and one for the way, and the other when I reach home I'll drink it. And I gave him 2 bears. I have a bench outside of my house, and he sat down there and he was talking to my nephew. They were talking, and I told the man I'm going for some cigarettes, and I entered my house. When I came out, I saw that this man was with my wife, and he was standing with one piece of stick. And then I see he can't move, and I say, what happened to you, Daniel? And he don't answer me. And then I see him drop down. But before he dropped down, I saw my nephew was coming toward him. So I pushed him, and I told him, if you come here just to do trouble, go get out of my house. I chased him. I don't understand that piece that went on there. Let me just quickly revisit this thing. The man tell me I'm going home, and I tell him that it's okay. And then he gave me 2 bears. One for the way and one for when I reach home. I'll drink it. And I gave him the 2 bears. I have a bench outside of my house, and he sit down there as he was talking to my nephew. They were talking, and I told the man, I'm going for some cigarettes, and I entered my house. When I came out, I saw the deceased was with my wife, and he was standing with one piece of stick. And then I see he can't move. And I say, what happened to you, Daniel? And he didn't answer me. And then I see he dropped down.
So that when he left,
the thing happened.
Yeah, the thing happened.
He dropped down, but before he dropped down, I saw my nephew was coming toward him. So I pushed him and told him, if you come here just to do trouble, get out of my house. I chased him out. And then when the man dropped, I get in a fear and I went to see what happened. And when he dropped, he only tell me 2 times he stabbed me. I pick up the man and I was shaking him up and talking to him. Daniel, please don't leave. We are here with us. We are here with us. No, we are here. Stay with us. And I was shouting for help, people to come and help me. My sisters-in-law came out and tried to help me. One take 1 foot, and the next one take my next foot, and I take him and we take him as.
You understand it now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but I see.
So what happened during the time that he went in for some cigarettes?
No, he went inside to get the cigarette. Maybe his wife was outside with them sitting down, but that was not mentioned. And it looked like when he got inside, then in Nevio start this fight with this person, and allegedly he stabbed the man. Right? So when he come outside, that don't happen already.
That don't happen already. I figured as much.
So that will happen. Pero ¿qué está pasando ahí, Emmanuel? Concepción es una aldea que nunca estamos escuchando saliendo de esa aldea. Y ve qué pasó ahora.
Pues, mira nada más qué pasó. Mira nada más qué pasó. Y duele reportar esto, ¿sabes? Que por una tontería.
En momentos así, una persona pierde su vida.
¿Tú sabes cuánto falta este individuo le va a hacer a su familia? Por una tontería que me imagino que no es nada al final del día. Que nos estemos matando uno al otro. Es preocupante porque al principio pensaba, y voy a hablar la neta ahorita, pero vemos cómo en la ciudad de Belice la gente se mata y dices, parece que están envueltos en droga o están envueltos en crimen, forzadamente tienen que estar envueltos. Eso ya volvió parte de la cultura. La maldad ya es parte de la cultura. Ya no puedes ver mucho, fijarte mucho en alguien sin que ya esa persona venga y te diga, bueno, ¿qué onda contigo? ¿Qué me estás viendo? y viene y te lapea o te hace daño. Algo que es completamente raro. Una actitud de mírame y no me toques y no puedes mirar mucho. Y muchas veces es accidente lo que sucede, que me rozo contra de alguien y el individuo viene y te zampa un macanazo y ¿qué onda? Yo te hice nada. Es más, frivolidades pueden resultar en pleitos grandes. ¿Por qué? Ya estamos chispeados. Ya estamos abajo la influencia de algo. Y poco quieren para causar pleito. Es lo que pienso. Yo no sé qué sucede. Yo no sé qué sucede, pero...
Y parece que son familias.
Parece. Y ahora que se escucha ese tipo de violencia aquí en el norte, pues no es típico. No es típico. Pero hay que sentarnos como familia y platicar acerca de esto y ver qué está sucediendo. Ver qué está sucediendo. Esto a mí me destranquiliza. No me deja tranquilo enteramente.
Yep. Yeah, well, that happened, Mr. Martinez, but it's sad to know what happened. So sometimes even people with their family, you have to watch how they hang out. But we got the minister in the house, Mr. Martinez, and we are awaiting right now information for the buses for Orange Walk North. And as soon as I get that, when we go on the break, I will send it to you.
Okay,
but we have the Honorable Elodio Aragon coming on after these messages. Mr. Martinez will be conducting that interview with Mr. Aragon right here on the show this morning. So invite you all to stay tuned. And remember, our line open at 302-2170. And when you call us, as soon as you hear the ringtone, then you just lower your television or you go outside. If you want to make your family continue hear the conversation, but don't listen to the television because you will have a delay. So after these messages, you will be joined by the Honorable Elodio Aragon with Mr. Martinez right here on the Sugar City Morning Show.
So let's take a break at this moment and we'll be right back with you after this.
The soup not got no taste. I can't even feed it to my dog. It needs no salt. I don't have no salt. I don't have no money. I wonder when this man I get paid. John! I hope you know that down the street they played no bad picnic.
Mom, you know what? I just came from Miss Mary's house and she said she was renting her extra room on air something.
It's Airbnb, John. Didn't you listen to the BTB? Did you know it had last week on television?
Okay, Mom, Airbnb. But still, we have an extra room and we could rent for extra cash for my new school books.
That's a good idea, John. We'd have to first register it with the BTB. But I don't have time for that right now. I need salt.
But babe, you know something? John is right, you know, we need money, but we need to get it the correct way, so we need to register the room. I wish I may know about this before. Let's go, son. Let's go register the room one time at BTB.
But I need some salt. John! 2 of a kind.
Did you know that if you own or operate a tourist accommodation, such as a room in your home for cash purposes to any guest, local or foreign, regardless of its location in the country, or if you're registered or advertising such a room or property with any booking engine or marketing platform such as Airbnb, by law, you must register with the BTB. If you fail to do so, you commit an offense punishable by fine or imprisonment. For further information or assistance, please contact the BTB at licensing@belizetourismboard.org or telephone 227-2420. You can follow us on Facebook too.
The San Ignacio-Santa Elena Bypass project is now complete. The transformation began in 2012, and now residents of the Twin Towns and visitors alike are enjoying the end result. Works include the full pavement of Lamalus Boulevard, along with 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage, LED lighting, and a roundabout at the entrance of Santa Elena. The Twin Towns now boast the longest and widest bridge in Belize, immune to flooding from the occasional rise in water levels of the McCall River. A bypass road was also built linking the new bridge to Joseph Andrews Drive, which was rehabilitated, as well as 1 mile of pavement, a median, and 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage. This was all done to the tune of $34.8 million. But that's not all. The project was extended due to savings from the successful execution and implementation of the initial scope of works. Now over 2 miles of additional road works will commence, including George Price Avenue, Liberty Avenue, and the George Price Highway between Three Flags and Hawksworth Bridge. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
And welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos de vuelta al Sugar City Morning Show. Como dije, estamos en vivo, en directo desde los estudios de Nortevisión aquí en la calle San Lorenzo en Orange Walk. Y es un placer. It's always a pleasure to be in your company. Please join me this morning in saying good morning and welcome to our dear friend, Minister Elodio Aragon. Good morning, Minister.
Good morning, Emmanuel.
Good to have you here.
Yes, well, it's always a pleasure.
One of the very few members of government who distinguish themselves in coming here and confronting the people and hey, ask me anything you want. You know, I'm proud of that. Proud of you for that, and also reporting to the people. Tell me, what's up in the East?
Well, you know, usual work. We have to work. There's nothing
getting
else.
Good comments from the people
Just
who
work
live
that we have to do.
in Honeycamp and so forth, because they said el camino está bonito ahorita.
Yeah.
So it's
well, that is the ongoing feeder road project, Emmanuel. You know, but I think before we get into that, I just would like to big up our listeners and people who are tuning in right now, who are viewing us on Channel 10 and listening to us on East Radio. I just want to say a pleasant good morning. It's a pleasure again to be here. And you know what? I just want to big you up for tuning in to us and listening. You know, we make that commitment to be here, Emmanuel, because I think it's important we touch on the issues. And like I've always said, it's always important for us to highlight some of the work that we are doing. Because, you know, sometimes work gets done and people don't even know the work that gets done. And of course, there are other issues, both nationally and otherwise, that I think it's important. And I've never been afraid to answer the questions out there, to discuss the issues, because at the end of the day, I have my own convictions, I have my own thoughts on certain things, you know. And one thing the Belizean people could depend on with me is that I will stand for what is right always, you know.
And you're very open with
and I'm open with those things. I think as a leader, the only allegiance I have is to my country, my people, and of course to my party. But the country comes first for me always, because I truly believe in these things, and that is who I am, and that is what I stand for. And you have seen it time and time again, way back when we had, for instance, and a good example is when we were discussing the issue of going to the ICJ, you know, and I made people clear early where I stand on that. And it doesn't matter. I stand because of my convictions. I am not somebody to jump on any bandwagon and just follow because I want to follow. And for me, it's not about personal interest. It's all about what is in the best interest of our country and our people and, of course, our party. That is how I have always believed. And I think as leaders, we need to do these things because it is our responsibility that we have as statesmen, as public officers, you know, that we must think this way. It's not about us jumping on a bandwagon and saying, well, because everybody they jump there going there. No, it is about what we must do, and the right thing must always be done as much and as best as possible as can be done. You know, I mean, way back somebody tell me, Aragon, if you do right, you can't do wrong, and that is very, very true. You know.
When that with the ICJ, it was a very challenging.
That's right.
Because you had to try to change the way people thought and to try to break away from party allegiance.
Right.
And it's not always that people will break away from their party and say, tell you what, my party can think this way, but I'm going to vote another way. No, that's not easy, you know. So I congratulate the people who went against the party lines and came to practicality, because it was the most practical thing to do. Take it to court. You have a problem.
That's right.
Take it
We
to
have to
court.
settle the matter once and for all.
And given the fact that you had all the assurances that you're going to win, well, why not? So it was, apart from just being practical, it was the common sense thing to do.
You know, and in things like those things, I've always believed, Emmanuel, that when we look at things that will affect us nationally, that will affect us as Belizeans, I mean, these things we have to be able to jump that political divide and make decisions that are right for this country. We can't sit back and say, oh, for personal interests or for political interests, I will side here. That to me, that is selfish, and that is not proper decision making as leaders. You know, you know. I'm not afraid for say it, because I've always stood on what my convictions are. I've always stood on what I believe is the right thing to do. You know, and these things to me are testaments in every situation where you have this kind of leadership kind of decision making that you make. I think the public needs to put eye on the leaders and know who and who stand for what, because it is important. I mean, just in Orange Walk, and you know, people might say, well, I want to bash the PUP, but the reality is that when the decision of going to the ICJ, the PUP don't know where for them. One they say maybe, they say not too sure, no, and then at the end, well, anyway, finally they went to no. You know, and everybody jumped on that bandwagon. Everybody from the town council, from the mayor down to everybody jumped and followed the PUP. And for me, I said, but why? You're supposed to be somebody where you could stand on your 2 feet and think for what is right. And I have never been afraid or shy to say that when the time comes and I have to do what I have to do in terms of if I have to go against a decision that I feel is not right, I will do so, because if I do it in the best interest of my country and that, then I stand for the people and I cannot go wrong with that.
Fortunately, the voting went the way it did.
Yeah, and I'm glad it went that way too.
It was
in retrospect,
a victory
it was a
for those
good thing.
people who clearly managed to open their minds, their eyes and their minds, and say, and think in circumspect and say, tell you what, this is the best thing we can do. And not be led by people who don't know what's going on. Obviously, the people decided to follow those people who were knowledgeable and they were saying, we've been here, man, we've been there, we've been doing this, so why be afraid? So I'm glad that the people ended up voting the way they did. But like I said, it's a breakaway from political thinking, because a lot of people, no, yo no puedo votar contra mi partido, yes, a lot of, and a lot of people managed to do that, so I congratulate
Yes, and I think that you know, I always say that you know, politics unite, but at the same time it divides. And when you look at things that are on a national level, on a national platform for people to make a decision, and I'm glad all of this thing went to referendum, because these are very, very important decisions for this nation and for the people who live here, you know, all of us as Belizeans, no matter who we are. And I think that these kinds of decisions, when it comes to national issues and that will impact us nationally, both as a country and as a people, these decisions must transcend political lines. You know, the political divide. I mean, we, first and foremost, we are Belizeans, and we will always be Belizeans. You know, PUP's leaders come and go, UDP leaders come and go, and Belizeans are who we are. And I always believe that we must be able, as Belizeans, to know when it is time for us to overcome that political divide for the common good of all Belizeans in this country. And
good thing that
I'm glad we have, this country is what it is, you know.
And I'm glad that up to a certain point, it brought us closer to our history, you know. Because a lot of people were going through a
lot of people learning history,
and not knowing what was the Anglo-Guatemalan Treaty, what was this, what was the other. And all of a sudden, everybody turned liar and everybody turned historian. That's a joke. But at the end of the day, it showed that people wanted to know, people wanted to learn more, and people wanted to listen, to give them 2 cents and listen to other people 5 cents, and so forth. Just that sometimes you're being a little misled, sometimes you're being led, and sometimes you're being misled. But at the end of the day, thank God that wisdom prevailed and that we're going the right way. Okay?
That's the way it should be, Emmanuel, you know. Yeah, but, well, Emmanuel, I guess, you know, this morning, you know, what I just like to do is just to highlight a few things. I don't know if you have any national issues or anything you want to touch. Okay. But definitely, Emmanuel, you know, the work continues, and you know, in the East, we never stop from working, you know. And everything depends on resources that we come across, and that dictates the kind of work we do. But of course, if we have no projects taking place, or something is always happening in the East. And definitely, like I said, one of the biggest things we started this year was looking after the cane farmers as best as we could. The Prime Minister assisted the Orange Walk East Division with $125,000. I think the Orange Walk North got the same amount, and Central got $50,000. I don't think I'm not sure if anything was assigned for this Orange Walk South Division, but definitely the public works equipment should be there. If it's not there, then I think the area representative
this is for
needs to request it. Yes, these are for feeder roads. Feeder roads, okay. These are the roads that are traversed by cane farmers. These are the roads that needs to be repaired with these fundings, so you know, that money came for the cane farmers, and it will be used for the cane farmers. As far as I'm concerned, a lot of work has been ongoing. The work has not finished. It's still ongoing. So I think last week I came and I spoke about last week talking about the Sandpit Road that was done.
Last week.
Yeah, last week, and we talked about the Sandpit Road, the improvements, the upgrades in terms of the culvert we put in and other stuff. So and we showed that, we highlighted that last week. And also, I think we touched upon the continued work in the Honey Camp area, because the equipment right now, as far as I'm concerned, is in the Honey Camp area working. And so these works are taking place right now. And from what I've been informed, because Mr. Julian Pat is the contractor, he's the one in charge of getting these roads up, and he's always done a pretty good job for us, I think. And you know, and he's always somebody who's willing to go the extra mile to assist, because, you know, at the end of the day, he understands the value of a good road and understands the importance
that area as well.
For the cane farmers. And definitely we are working to get these roads up. So you see the Honey Camp Road right now. It's wonderful. From what I've been informed from Mr. Julian Pat, is now they are proceeding. I'm not sure if they finished already there. And this week I didn't get a chance, You know, on Monday and Tuesday I was quite busy. I didn't get a chance to go out to see what the work was out there, but today I will take a spin. So next week I could show you the updated photographs, but definitely the work is ongoing right now. And from what he has told me is that as soon as he finishes the Honeycamp area, he's going into the Santa Marta area, again, another area where there's cane. He will look at the feeder roads there, and of course I think the main road, working on that up to Carmelita. And then of course I think there's other feeder roads that he needs to touch.
At what point does it become the Belize district?
When you jump, you know, well, from as far as I know politically, it is where when you jump the bridge, basically, after you pass Santa Marta, that bridge that you jump there, that's from there on, I think we call that Rayburn Ridge area. Not Rayburn Ridge, the going up to Mascal and Boom area and all of that. But like I said, they have a lot of feeder roads because people have farms in those areas. And so, you know, I just wanted to say that work is ongoing, and of course we will have some, since the equipment will be in there, I've asked Mr. Pat if he could assist with doing a couple of the streets in the village that are terrible, you know, just scrape it and kind of fix it up. And he's always willing to assist in terms of that, so that should assist us. And of course I am trying to see.
You mean the village?
Yes. No, not the camp, the Santa Marta village. And you know, of course, there's an ongoing project that is about to start here in Santa Marta village, which is the building of the state-of-the-art preschool in that village. They don't have a preschool, so
I know you don't mention this.
Yeah, we mentioned it.
But
one of the things that the school has requested is the leveling, and this part through the SIF program is that we need to assist them by doing the a little landfill and compaction, you know,
but
for where the
building more
will go.
about this school.
It's a preschool. It's a state-of-the-art preschool. I think that is at a value of what, maybe 400,000. I'm not too sure. I don't remember the cost last time, but we went out there, I think, about last year. We had a meeting with the community along with SIF personnel and the school, and we highlighted we discussed with the villagers the whole plan, the project, what it entailed and what it would be, and a location was identified within the school compound, but it needed a little fill. There was a mango tree there that has now been removed by the village, by my good friend Acuna, who was assisted to make that happen for us. And definitely now we need to kind of fold that area and roll it so that it is ready, so that whoever gets the bid for that preschool will be able to build it, no?
What kind of school is there? It's a government school?
Yes, it's a government school, the primary
so
school.
Education is going to be in
right.
English.
So now we are doing the preschool, which to me is very important because that is needed in that village. You know, they've never had a preschool there, and I think this will go a long way to getting the kind of building and facilities that they need to have a proper school there. And so that will go a long way for that village, and that is what we are working on right now. So I have been tasked that I need to try to get that done as soon as possible. But you know, right now the priority is the feeder road. Cane farmers are pulling out their cane, so that is where we are focused on. You know, but definitely, Emmanuel, I think that goes a long way.
Are the people from Santa Marta still growing lots of plantains?
Yes, I think they have plantains. They grow their pineapple and you know the cane and stuff. So. You know, that is still going, but like I said, you know, that in terms of the feeder road works, that is still ongoing, and I'm hopeful in terms that if it's not later this week, it's early next week, or by next week they'll be in that village doing all the feeder roads and all of that stuff that needs to be done. So definitely I will see that work get done next week, and I'll be, hopefully I could make it, this evening I will try to get out into those places and see the work that is in progress. No? So that is in terms of the feeder road project that is taking place. Apart from that, Emmanuel, just to give a little update, you know, we have the ongoing works in terms of the water expansion. That is what, like I said, that is close to that was how much, I forget the number. I think last week I mentioned it was up to close to $200,000 or $200,000 worth of work, and this is the continued work on the Father Larry Street. A lot of work, you know, and these are Father pictures that were taken in terms of the continued work that is being done. So they are opening up the areas, continue digging the trenches where the heavy piping will go in and all of that. So work continues to take place.
Who's doing
there.
this? Is the water board?
This is BWS. Yeah, we made a proposal in terms of the need for expansion in that area. So the work is ongoing, and it's phenomenal. I think that will really, this is the second part of the project that we are doing, where we had done Adinet Alley and I think 6th Street or 7th Street, and now we are doing Father Larry Street. So this definitely will put us well, how would I put it to you, well in line with the progress in terms of people acquiring land there and building. So I think we are good with that. So I am proud to know that this work is ongoing, and I know everybody who has a land out there and who needs the direct access to the main water source are happy about it. So
it's the street is there.
Yeah.
The properties can be bought or have already been bought. It's just that it was lacking a little water.
Yes, most of those lands, I would want to nearly say all those lands have been sold out from what I've gotten. Okay. People have sold it. People have bought it from I think Mr. Burns them, and they have already begun building houses. If you go on that street, you'll see them.
Is there any electricity in the area?
Electricity is already in that area. Okay. Right. All that is needed right now too, and it's not only Father Larry Street, but other streets within that whole Pasadena area is what we need now. Lights. Okay, lights. They have the posts with electricity, but they don't have adequate enough lighting. Look like when they put lights, they only put lights straight. They never put lights that side. So we have to go and we have been writing for that. So, and we have been getting some lights. Lights have been going up, but we need to continue to push for that project to happen, and that is what we are working on.
Because people are not only living on the streets that go this way, but also the streets that go this way.
That's right, and not all of them have lights. So what is happening right now, that is an ongoing project, and I'm hopeful that within the next couple of months, we should have that place well lit. Everything with water.
Let me ask another question. Is it high ground?
That will be good. That whole area is good, high ground. Okay. I want to say, I don't think they have any major issues with flooding there. So definitely, I think that will serve us well there, and I hope that within, like I said, a couple of months from now, there's nobody who can say, Mr. Aragon, we need lights again or what, and that will have to solve our problem there. We should be now looking at other projects which we already have in the pipeline right now, and like I said, Emmanuel, definitely we have other projects coming up,
But before we go on to those other projects and other discussions, let's take a break when it's exactly 8 o'clock already. We need to go on a break. We need to pay our bills. So let's take that break and we'll be right back.
The ongoing technological evolution constantly transforms the way we live our lives. The introduction of our national fiber network creates the opportunity for Belizeans to live the digital lifestyle. Today, Digi is proud to introduce Dana, Belize's first artificially intelligent automated assistant. Dana is the modern customer service experience. Available 24/7, Dana can provide Digi prepaid and postpaid customers with directory information, credit and plan balances, product and promo information, and more. Just talk to Dana. Want to check your credit balance? Ask Dana.
Hey Dana, what's my credit balance?
New Digi promotions? Ask Dana.
Hey Dana, any new Digi promotions?
Dial 113 for directory assistance and dial 119 to talk to Dana. Digi remains committed to introducing the latest in cutting-edge technologies, transforming Belize one technology at a time. Try Dana today.
Thank you for calling Digi Customer Service.
Motor 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una. Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el balancín. Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayo, preciosa.
Los que oímos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Roche-France, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Roche-France.
2019 was a milestone year for overnight tourist arrivals in Belize. There were over 500,000 overnight tourist arrivals, a new record for Belize. Over the past decade, Belize's overnight tourism sector has grown by more than 100%, increasing from 241,000 in 2010 to just over 503,000 in 2019. The National Sustainable Tourism Master Plan set a goal to achieve 556,000 overnight stays by 2030. With 10 years to go, we've already achieved 90% of this goal. This success can be attributed to aggressive marketing initiatives, new international flights, and working closely with local and international agencies and partners. The BTB thanks our tourism stakeholders for your role in this remarkable achievement. Together, we will continue to grow Belize's image as the best destination in the region.
Someone come, yes, someone coming, let's go. Sa. First sense question of the day, what you the letter here?
Who sent me the letter?
That sign right there, you can't read?
Well, make I tell you something. In this here community, everybody dump here, so me just dump my garbage right here.
So if somebody jump off a bridge, you do it too?
No, man, no.
You never know that littering is an environmental crime and Department of the Environment can charge you for that?
Why is that a crime?
Because you pollute the same environment you live in, dirtying the same land and water you use. You don't even know that you dumping garbage can make you and your family sick by attracting disease-carrying pests, and the Department of the Environment just to try help we take care of the we environment.
Sure, all of that? Well, now that you put it that way.
Thanks for your 5 cents, brother. That's 5 cents question of the day.
This message is brought to you by the Department of the Environment.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos de vuelta. Las 8:05 here with Minister Elodio Aragon. Minister, again, good morning and welcome. We were talking, you're keeping us informed about what was going on in the East.
Yeah.
And I don't think you had finished yet with your...
No. Well, I just updates I'm giving people. I think last week we touched a lot of what was...
But I'm glad to hear that work is going on Father Larry Street, because myself, I'm thinking about we're to get old, so we have to think about getting some sort of stability in our lives and buying a little house or something. So I was thinking about maybe getting it in that area. But that's another question.
Yes. Well, yes, Emmanuel. So just to give another update, and I think it's important because I just want to keep the people in Carmelita informed of what is happening. I know that last 2 weeks, was it 2 weeks ago or last week? We had I think it was last 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, we had the engineers from Public Works and the Ministry of National Security.
Let me take this call. Sugar City Morning Show, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Aragon.
Yeah, morning.
Hi. How are you, sir?
Right here, sir. Right here. Good, sir.
Okay, I'm just calling to congratulate you for the wonderful work that you're doing in San Jose Palomar. I mean, I thought that the minister had forgotten about us, but seeing that the trucks are there and...
Well, I don't know which work, and you have to tell me which work.
In the village, the entire village is looking beautiful, and really congratulate you for that, sir.
Well, listen, I know they have to take credit for nobody work, and I sure you know that That which work?
But I never you.
No, I'm not. I think
So
you're talking.
nothing new in this.
What?
No, man, you have to go.
My brother, I know you're the fool, but let me just highlight what is happening. There's a little work.
Wait, hold on. Is that
That are just yes, that's a POP calling from Palmar, and I just like to highlight because I think it tries set me up,
Oh.
what is happening, and for people to know, and I am not afraid to talk about it neither. Kevin got in there. I think he's using equipment from Danny Grijalva, and he's doing a little fixing on one or two roads there in Palmar Village, scraping, So I'm not there for say I could do all the work every time. I'm glad that if he wants to run and he could find some resources and do little work, that's up to him, I have no, how would I put it?
But man, you have a gal for try to call this radio station, call this TV station, and to try to.
They try put them set me up, make us say yes, But he can't set me up.
Let me tell you that that's the first and last time you do that.
No, matter, Emmanuel. You will always have people like that, and I've always told people I'm not here just to come and show and say we do only work. We're always working. We have done tremendous work in Palmar.
If Mr. Kevin Bernard is working, we will applaud his work too.
I have no problem about that. Everybody has to do their thing. You understand? But Emmanuel, my thing is this: is that one difference here is that I not just come and breathe, show and do only work, and that's it. We have done work continuous from the day from before we have gotten there to now. We are continue working in Palmar. Just before Christmas, we put some new lights in Palmar in areas that didn't have electricity, and people had clamored for it. They got their lights, they got their posts, they got their electricity. So that those are things that the continued work that we have done. And of course the work. There's a tremendous amount of work out there. And definitely, anytime anybody doing work, we have no problem because it is about the community, and that is the important aspect of this thing. So I now have no problem. I think the caller is a PUP calling from Palmar, or not even Palmar. I guess he must work for Tongue Board, and it tries basically get that out there that Kevin is doing a little work. And the little work he does, can't even compare to the tremendous work that we have continuously been doing in that village. And the work that I do is not only in Palmar, we have done it all over. We continue to do it day in and day out. And apart from that, we have tremendous work that we do in assisting people throughout our East constituency. So I'm not worried about that, but I think they say one thing and they feel like the sky, they fall for them,
Sugar City Morning Show, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, Minister. Good morning, Emmanuel.
Good morning, Papa.
We cannot understand those fanatics of the PUP. They are really funny. For all I know, maybe the man get a free license. We have a lot of crazy people out there driving like crazy, and we have to thank Mr. Little guy over there who scrape a street now and again, and for that free license. But, Minister, a word to you, do not let those things ever affect you. You are a man of your people. You work every single day. All right? So keep up the great job. As a matter of fact, we would really like to know how the finances of the town council are being used. Because I know for a fact the mayor is not financing those projects from his own pocket. So I have a strong feeling that he is using the town's money to do those little extra work that he's wanting to do, just to cover up. All right, Minister, keep up the great job. Thank you for everything that you do for us.
Yeah, thank you.
I agree with you 100%, but you'll be hard-pressed. You'll be hard-pressed to find anything that says anything contrary to what his scope of work at the town council would be. Because at the end of the day, he is an accountant, and he'd be a bloody fool if he didn't do it that way.
Well, they have never presented their financials.
I know, so they have never
people
presented
don't know
their
how they spend the money and all of these things. That I will never, beat down on work that is being done for the community. Whoever does the work for the community is a good thing. And I think that the people in Orange Walk, if we could benefit from fundings that are coming from from town council, if people in Palmar could benefit
why
from that,
not?
why not? I have no problem with that.
Mhm.
That the people in a town might have a problem with that, but that is that issue. For me, if we could get some work done in our villages and in east side, that is good work. You know why? Because to me, our people have paid taxes and taxes time and time again. We have never seen any work done by town council. It is only now that you have the mayor who is running for the East Division that is now taking money and trying to invest in the East. For me, he could do as much roads as he wants. That is good. The people of my division deserve that because we pay taxes day in and day out, and I have no problem with that. Other parts of town might cry because they know they get the funding. Well, you know, I don't want to just sound selfish and say, well, you know, bother me. That, you know, the end of the day, if the mayor decides that he will spend all the money in the East because he's running there, then I will welcome it because at the end of the day, everybody in the East will benefit, you know. And Emmanuel, but like I've always said, the difference between me and others is that I am a consistent person in terms of the work that gets done.
Oh, don't get defensive
You know,
about that.
I am not worrying about that, and I always say that listen, I can't do everything myself. I will do the best I can, and I've always been there. People know me from day one. We're out there. There's not a villager in any of the villages where I can't say that the work we have done has not been more work than you put all the PUP representatives that have run and served in those areas put together. You know, so to me, it's okay. I truly
He said
believe.
from Jose Palmar. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Palmar.
But you know, then PUPs and cronies where definitely I know they got their own agenda, but they must have figured that they can just make a trap me there, but they can't because, you know, like I said, I've always spoken the truth, and that is what it is. But I will tell you this, Emmanuel, the work we are doing, I don't want to leave scraping work, I say maybe at least $2,000, $5,000. The work we are doing just in terms of the Father Larry work, you're talking about $200,000, right? in
Sugar
work.
City Morning Show, good morning.
Sí, buenos días, buenos días.
Buenos días, ¿cómo estás?
Ajá, no, solo quisiera sumarme, ¿no?, a la cantidad de votantes aquí del este, a felicitar al ministro, a darle ese empuje, ¿no?, porque está haciendo bastante. Con el poquito que recibe él, está haciendo maravillas. Quisiera yo decir también de que mencionó él de Kevin. Mira, lo que él está haciendo aquí es un conflicto de interés, porque él está utilizando los recursos de Tom Board para su propio gane. Eso es corrupción, jefe. Eso es corrupción. ¿Ah? Debemos debemos de incitar posiblemente a la gente de los periódicos a que vengan a investigar exactamente qué está haciendo este hombre. ¿Ah? Porque eso es corrupción si estás utilizando dinero que no es para eso. A mí aquí la pobre gente paga sus impuestos cada año. A veces solo pasan a recoger basura una vez a la semana. Las calles están entre monte, mano. Las calles, hay calles que están deplorables. La única manera porque se ve bien es porque realmente el Central Government hizo la carretera principal, la que era de ¿cómo le llaman? De allá frente del Engine hasta Gallo Creek. Eso es lo que hizo que este hombre se vea bien. Pero eso es lo que está haciendo él, es conflicto de interés, es corrupción. Gran PUPista, hermano. Anda utilizando camiones de gobiernos. Cada 2 semanas se va a recoger basura en Toguajil. Aquí en Palma está haciendo grida, está utilizando el camión para mojar. No estamos de acuerdo, no estamos a contra de que se haga. Pero ¿cómo él lo está haciendo? Son los recursos del pueblo que él está utilizando para su propio gane. Y eso es corrupción. ¿Ok?
No lo debe de hacer.
No, jamás, no debe. Si por lo menos quiere ir a la aldea y decir, ¿sabes qué? Pues vamos a hacer esto, ustedes donen el petróleo o lo que sea. Pues tal vez así. Pero no utilicé el dinero que podría estar utilizando para limpiar el pueblo, para recoger la basura, para contar las carreteras. Hay calles que no pueden ni pasar. No, man, eso está jodido. No, regresando a las calles, ¿no?, que está haciendo el ministro para Sugarwood, eso es buenísimo. Sabemos de que nosotros sufrimos las consecuencias del cambio climático, de la sequía, ¿no? Y realmente te das cuenta que los cañeros están alegres, ahorita todo el mundo está repujando, pues, porque los otros norteños son trabajadores, ¿me entiendes?
Claro que sí.
Los otros chambeamos y mientras que haya para hacer plata, los otros lo vamos a hacer. ¿Ah? Pero lo que no dice Pío Pío ahorita es, Emanuel, lo que no dice Pío Pío ahorita es de que por primera vez el gobierno, UDP, ha buscado maneras de conseguir fondos para apoyar a los cañeros. Mira, no es la primera vez que hay sequías. Durante el tiempo de Pío Pío había grandes sequías. En el 75 había una sequía grande, yo recuerdo que no llovía hasta agosto. ¿Y qué hizo el gobierno? ¿Tú crees que el gobierno sacó un centavo? Nunca centavo. Ni un centavo por los cañeros. Pero en cambio, cuando entra UDP, a veces el gobierno, cuando bajó el precio de caña, hizo el gobierno, les aportó $10 millones para salvar la fábrica, le mandó $1 millón para ayudarles cerca de Pascua. Ahorita está buscando buscar fondos para darles a ellos, para apoyarlos. Eso no dice nada. ¿Qué pasó con BNTU? ¿Qué pasó con esos chispanas que digan algo, man? No caen en su boca, no solo que eso es el piupique. No, man, deben de decir la verdad, deben de salir y apoyar lo que es.
Pues ya sabemos hasta cierto punto que los líderes de estas organizaciones están muy ligados con el PUP.
Pues sí, pero hay cosas que nosotros debemos de hacer también, Manuel. Por ejemplo, no se ha dicho de que por primera vez el gobierno ha entrado en el mercado del Caribe. No se ha dicho que el gobierno entró en Taiwán para venderle azúcar a esa gente. Nosotros ni vamos a tener suficiente azúcar ahora para vender. Que diga algo Abelardo Maiman, que diga algo no tan calladitos. Tan calladitos, man. Nosotros tenemos que continuar con el UDP, que es la única alternativa para Belice. Se dan cuenta, todo el mundo que viene de afuera, que viene de afuera y entra a Belice, pues se da cuenta de la transformación. Este país ha superado y no queremos regresar atrás. No queremos que la gente sea el problema, queremos ser parte de la solución. Y la solución es con el UDP.
Gracias.
Ministro, pase buenos días.
Thank you, Carla.
Gracias por tu llamada.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Digo
muchas cosas
you said a lot of things, very important things.
¿Qué son los comentarios al respecto?
All right. Well, definitely, I think the first one he spoke about was the town council. Like I said, you know what? That are the people who pay taxes and the mayor. That they have to sort this out. I know I wouldn't want to say that like I said earlier, be selfish and say I know they worry about it, because I can understand his point that he's saying. The council has a responsibility for the town.
You're borrowing from Peter to people.
And people are paying taxes for the service for the town. I understand that. That is clear. I think everybody understands that. Everybody will live in the town that pays taxes, whether you pay garbage tax, your house tax, your business tax, everything that you pay within the town, that money is for the town council to use and manage for the benefit of the town. And of course, well, we know that that is not the case right now.
Let's take this call.
Right? We know that is not the case right now, because now he's using money in the villages for his political campaign.
Well, he has to, because where else can he be getting money?
He can't pull money.
Is anybody giving out money out there?
I don't think so, but I think what the caller's point is that, and like I said, I have nothing to say in terms of talking ill of the work, because whatever work we could get in the East and will benefit our communities, we welcome that, because we deserve that. I think the people in that area, especially in the east side of the town, because you have to understand, a large part of the constituency of the East lies in the town. And for years we have paid taxes and they have not received their just deserts in terms of the return of these taxes. So any road that is being done there by the mayor, that is more than welcome,
Sugar City Morning Show, good morning. Buenos días.
So my thing is that that is one thing. So we're not beat up on the work, because that, to me, is good things for the people. If we could get some work done here and there, that is good. The problem, I think, where the caller had is that he's using the funding that should be done strictly for the town, and he's using it in other places. Well, I guess the people
Sugar
have
City
to take
Morning
that
Show,
up,
good
you know.
morning. Buenos días.
Yeah, yes.
I just want a big up the minister. But I just want to know what about here. For Chambaris, you give me something for Chambaris.
Well, I think. Yes, I know one on it. They asked for the road paved, no?
Thank you very much, sir.
All right, thank you, brother. Yeah, Champerage has been clamoring for the road to be paved there, but Emmanuel, that comes with resources, right? If we had the money long time, we'd have paved the road.
Another concern coming from Champion Ridge is that soot that is falling on top of their head.
That is an very
What
important
is that?
topic.
What is that situation there? Can you
Well,
share?
as far as I know, there's a group in Champion Ridge. I think it's headed by Ms. Torres. She has been clamoring along with a group from Champion Ridge, and I think they are the spearhead. They are spearheading not protest, but they have always been writing upon it in terms of the soot. I don't know how you call it, the ceniza, whatever you call that falls on a day-to-day basis in the village of Champion Ridge. And I think it's not only Champion Ridge. I would nearly want to say it reaches way up to Tower Hill village and also maybe parts of the Orange Walk town. You know, it is something that comes with the big industry of
Would you
ASR.
be able to investigate from Ministry of Environment?
Well, I have brought it up directly with the minister responsible for that, you know. It's with the environment. I spoke to Mr. Omar. I actually forwarded to him all the information that was sent to me in regards to this situation. And he has basically told me that he has the Ministry of Environment looking into it. But to me, you know, I feel that he has not given it the credence it needs, you know. And definitely
I'll give my perspective on that. Sugar City Morning Show, good morning.
Good morning. I just want to say that big up minister, big up the church.
Sure, man. Tell me.
And I just want to say that thanks for everything that you do in my personal aspect of life. And you know, there are many things that you've done, and a lot of people can't see the work that you put in. For example, the Honeycomb to Santa Marta Road. You know, we can see there that you're not only thinking about yourself and your people, but also about the care farmers itself. You know. And I just want to say thank you, Minister, for all the work you've done. And thank you also for myself that you helped me in so many ways.
All right.
Okay,
thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Going back to that Champion Ridge, and thank you very much for calling. Going back to the Champion Ridge, I gathered that there was one, because that issue there is close to my heart. I gather the Department of Environment sent a letter to Belize Sugar Industries, ASR.
I sent one to the ministry likewise, to the Ministry of Environment.
Making certain demands that you must do this. And one of those demands, I believe, I'm not sure, I believe, is to address the situation with the chimney. Because we have a good friend of ours who calls consistently and who explained to us, Mr. Espada, so explained to us the reason why the soot comes out, because why there are particles. And apparently, that little contraption or a little something there has stopped working and is now releasing particles into the environment. Sugar City Morning Show, good morning.
Good morning. I'd like to congratulate the minister for the road that I'm trying to still imagine up to now. I'm trying to imagine that road when he promised.
Which road, brother? Which road?
2015.
Which road that?
Thank you.
Shall I say which road? But you know that POP where they use there. And listen, when it comes to Champion Ridge, the road is a road that needs to be done. Just like in the road in Palmar needs to be paved, the road in Carmelita needs to be paved, the road that Tower Hill would want to be paved. These are all roads that needs to be paved. The reality is that the only way these roads will be paved if you have the finance, if money comes, if it's budgeted for that, then you get roads paved. And not like you go down and scraping like the mayor just do one road and he feel like the POPs for the first time ever see one road scrape. We have been fixing all on the roads day in and day out. Palmar, Carmelita, Santa Marta, you name it. Even in a town, we do the work for the mayor. You know, sis, and we have done tremendous amount of work. That's why we are not phased anywhere. But
Carla, it will go beyond imagining, because it's going to happen for real.
Yeah, of course it will happen.
It will happen.
And I will tell you how it will happen, you know. You see, because, you know, the PUP is what they do what they have to do, and we're not got no problem with it. If any work can be done in this East, it will be done, Emmanuel. It comes down to resources, it comes down with your ability to organize, to bring together agencies to get the work done. And we have done it time and time again, you know. Right now, they're just dealing with this with BWS to get this work done. That is 200,000. If we don't push it, we don't get it done.
Sugar City Morning Show, good morning.
Good morning. I would like to congratulate the minister and thank him very much for all the work that he has been doing in my area, and that is the Pasadena area. He has been doing light and water expansion, and I can really say that myself and the people of that area, my neighbors, are very happy with the work that he has done, and we just really want to thank him.
Oh, sure, man. Sure. God bless your soul.
Thank you very much. And Emmanuel, for instance, just that water project, this is the second phase we are doing. That not on cheap. We have to write, we have to get and be able to get this. Yes, it is government funded in a large way because of BWS, which is in the hands of government, but they are run privately. And not just something you go on request. You know, we're going to have, for instance, the police station, and that was the update I was going to give. That police station right now, I think it's about $500,000 in work that will be done there. You know, big thing.
Sugar City Morning Show, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Martinez and Honorable Elodie Aragon. Good morning to you and Orange Walk and the Orange Walk East Specialist. I must call and congratulate and thank the Honorable Elodie Aragon Jr. for his effort and work doing for the Orange Walk East and its people. No leader in this Orange Walk East have a work only when the UDP is in power. All the lights came through first by his father, continuing by his work as well. So I always say only the United Democratic Party in government work for the people of Orange Walk East and an extension for the Canadian people. I say congratulations to all UDP leaders, every one of them, all the leadership of the United Democratic Party for a job well done, and good morning to Belize and you all.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Piet, right? Yes. Mr. Piet, yes.
Minister,
and he benefit from this water project because it's hit right on he's the last one on that block there. But Emmanuel, very important, and I think we have to highlight this. And I just want to take a little time, if you may, for me to highlight it. You know, when it comes to the works, Emmanuel, you know, of course, everybody get up and say, well, I want my road paved, I want this. Everything comes with budget. Emmanuel, if we had the money, that road into Champan Ridge would have paid a long time ago.
I know that.
The road through Palmar would have been paved a long time ago. It is about us being able to get the resources. And the resources are not unlimited that you could, as much as you could spend. It is limited. It is limited, and we have fought for our share. It's not been easy. But I will tell you, the projects that are ongoing, we are not talking about only investment at 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, Emmanuel. The projects that are coming to the east right now are huge investments. With the preschool alone in Santa Marta is over, close to $300,000, if I'm not mistaken. The police station that is already, and that is the update I wanted to give, is that right now, as far as I'm concerned, the bids were in. And right now, they are now the bidding committee is now sitting to now finalize with whichever bidder will win that. And then the work should commence right away. So within the next month, we're supposed to see work being done. That is 500,000 investment in Carmelita.
And that's money that is being pumped into the community.
You know, you talk about the new high school where Palmar could have gotten. They never get it because of the PUP, because of people like those who are fanatic PUPs who refuse to work along with the lending agency to be able to have that school in Palmar. And I blame the PUP for that. Outright shame. And I will blame the PUP for that, Emmanuel. You know why? They went to that public meeting and I looked at them in the eye and I told them, how could you stand here? Because of your own political gains and personality, you are depriving this village of a high school, Emmanuel. of a high school. This is what burned me, and it burned a
Deep
lot of
down
people.
to your heart, you know you needed Joseca.
And it burned
politics,
and it hurted all those educated people in that village who knew that village needed this high school. But that the PUP Ghana organized to bring this down, Emmanuel, and the only reason they won on that is because those lands are not government lands. Those lands are private lands that belong to the Palmar people. If it belonged to the government, Emmanuel, I could have cared less what the PUP would have said there, and we would have had that high school there. But because the lands was that of Palmar, and because the lending agency, I think it was the Caribbean Development Bank, in their mandate in terms of how they decide where that school will be built in terms of the loan agreement, the village had to give up the land. Palmar PUP came against it, they campaigned against it, and I don't mind, and I'm not ashamed for saying the PUP is the one that deprived Palmar village from having that high school. So what happened? They said no, none at all, and this and that. You know what the CDB man said? That is why we need a high school here. Because they can't believe that this village would refuse a school. But it was orchestrated by the PUP, Emmanuel, by people who are fanatics in the thing.
They were,
you know, and what happened?
schooling.
Before we lose that school, Emmanuel, I know I make the East lose a school for the fanatic PUP. And we only lost that school because those lands fall under Palmar. They never fall under government. Because if they fall under government, I could have cared less what the PUP would have said in that village. I would have built that school there. But that is the only reason. So what we did, the next best place we could have found land for the East was in the Carmelita village. We had one meeting there, the first meeting, Emmanuel. As we gone and they said the CBD people went there and said, you know what, the Central Bank and Caribbean Development Bank, when the CDB gone in there and said, we need so much, a part of the loan agreement is that we need to get at least minimum 10 acres. You know what they give them people? They said, listen, we got land, take 15 acres. And that was it, done deal. In less than 15 minutes was agreed upon, done. And that is the way Carmelita is getting its high school right now. It's getting a spanking new high school, which is anywhere between the range of $3 to $5 million, Emmanuel. When I talk, the projects we are doing are tremendous projects that will live on for years to come. Because you could scrape on road, the road not last you long, not last you more than 3 months and then it degraded. These investments that we are doing in terms of the police station, in terms of the water project that we are doing, the lighting that we are doing, the high school that we are doing, and we don't even get into the preschool, well, the preschool at Santa Marta. What about the spanking new building that Louisiana government school
That's right, that's right.
another $1.4 million, Emmanuel, in investment for education. These projects are long-lasting. That's why when you have people who are fanatics and jump up and say, oh, Kevin just scrape on the road and they feel the world, they drop for them.
And worse yet, you have fanatics who actually follow and say Kevin the work, and they don't realize that you are doing 10 times that work.
And apart from that, Emmanuel, I will never talk bad about any work that will benefit the people of my community. I am bigger than that. Anybody could think at that little level, I feel sorry for them. I am always looking at the bigger picture, what is in the best interest of our communities across this East, and of course, what impacts our country as a whole. Make them ask Kevin Bernard if he could have stood as a leader against Johnny Briceño on the ICJ issue. He had to follow and jump on the bandwagon of Johnny Briceño. Why? Because them Bali can't stand on their own. You see me, Emmanuel, I've always stood for what is right. And if that means that I have to go against my party on that and I tell them that this is what, I say so because I am a leader first and foremost that represent the people of Orange Walk East for their best interests, and I'm a leader for this country to stand for what is right. And that is who I am. Them Bali no have no back.
Sugar City Morning Show, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Minister.
Yeah, good morning.
Minister, first of all, just let me show my gratitude for the expansion and the lighting of the Father Larry Street. You know, I live on that street. And
we not light it up yet. That street not get light yet, but we get wrong it. We get some lights up.
I'm enjoying the pressure of my water now. You know, and many of my neighbors around there are having very, very good commendations on that. You know, they are so happy for that project. Minister, I just want to respond to the callers, who are very negative about good things. Obviously, they have fallen into conformity, whereby you fix or you quick fix. I don't know what I would call that street, but it's a street that's trafficked because it's a department of Palmar, basically. You use inferior material and obviously using the machinery of DMARS to fix that, and for sure you have to pay them. The owner of DMARS won't even give a prayer for free. So obviously there has to be a payment for that, and obviously I am sure that the Orange Walk Town Council and the people of Orange Walk Town are the ones paying for all that work. Minister, let me just remind the people of Palmar, if they're from Palmar, or if they're from Orange Walk Town Council, they should know about it. The boundaries of the Orange Walk Town Council, or the jurisdiction of the Orange Walk Town Council, is between the roads of Palmar Boundary Road and San Lorenzo Road. Whatever works are done outside of that boundary is already considered corrupt. Corrupt to the fullest. And the people of Orange Walk Town needs to take the opportunity to demand for a financial report on how the monies are being spent. I went through a little exercise and going through their financial reports on their website. Obviously, it's a cut and paste type report. Find anything in there when it comes to the $3 million contract signed to DMARS and Company. You will not find anything being spent outside of Orange Walk Town. So I think it's just a quick work or information put in the website so that people say, oh, he is presenting his financials, but he is not. The real thing about what he is doing is not on that financial report. Next thing, how is it that you can be signing contracts over and over and don't tell the people of Orange Walk Town with who you are signing it, when, and how much are we paying? That is completely wrong. They are asking and demanding information. They are demanding this and demanding that. But what about them applying that demand to their scope of work? They are not doing it. It's a hypocrite type of leadership, and the people of Orange Walk East must understand that we cannot continue playing that type of politics. The majority of the people of Orange Walk East have learned that we need to demand of our leaders a lot of information. We need to demand of them work. We need to demand of them transparency, honesty, and that is something that the standard bearer for Orange Walk East is not bringing to the table. I am very, I don't know which word to use, but very saddened to see that some people fall into that category of where I think those are the ones that when they receive $50, they're happy, and they vote for POP. I think that is what they like, that is what they enjoy, and I hope that they are being paid for those phone calls, Minister, because they are talking things that is not true. They are saying things that is not true. Everybody would want to be driving on paved streets, especially those people of Champa Ridge, people of Santa Marta, people of Guinea Grass, people of all around this country would like to be driving on paved streets. But obviously, we cannot because of the finance. I think you have said it, of the resources. The mayor of Orange Walk Town is one person that manages his own financial resources.
And we don't have no idea how he manage that. I have no idea how he's spending.
We don't have no idea of how he's managing that.
Well, they don't mortgage. They don't mortgage the town council subvention for years to come. So
yes, you need to wait for the Prime Minister to allocate funds for work for you to do. There are other things that you have been doing where finances have been allocated for that, but you cannot move those allocations to Baylor Street, for example. You know, you help with school subsidies, school assistance. You help with people with basic things, water expansion, light expansion. We have seen many bleachers built in different football fields. You know, community centers, even where the Standard Bearer for the POP, for Joint East have his meetings, are community centers that you make sure you put the resources where they belong. You know, he is not doing that, putting the resources of the Orange Walk Town Council where they belong. They belong for the people of Orange Walk Town. They belong for people who live on Padalari Street. They belong to people who live on 6th Street. They belong to people who live on the Pasadita area, Santa Familia Street. Not for Palmar, not for Tower Hill, not for Carmelita, not for Tampa Ridge. I'm sorry, it might sound a little bit mean, but that is a fact. You know, that is his job. He talks about people wanting the job. That is his job. He needs to allocate and put the monies for the people of Orange Walk Town. Minister, let me say that you're doing a great job. You know, I really appreciate it. Thanks for using of the government where they belong. And I just want to say and wish you all the best. You know, Mr. Emmanuel, I hope you're feeling well today and that you are doing just great. Thank you very much.
Thanks to you. Thanks to you.
Thank you, Carl. And
Thank you, Carl.
Emmanuel Lecala mentioned a lot of great things there, you know. And one of them, like I said, I know they have to beat down on the work that is being done, whether it be in Palmar or elsewhere, because it benefits my people. I there for my people, which is who I represent in Orange Walk East. Whether he's using, and for sure he uses the money from town council, the problem is that it is the people who pay taxes who might have an issue with that. But for when it comes to the work being done in the East, I have no problem with that, Emmanuel. I welcome those things because whatever benefits the people of the East, I am happy for, because I therefore serve them. You know, and all the big projects that we are saying, these are things that are tangible. These are things that will work in the benefit of all our communities.
Sugar City Morning Show.
Good morning, everyone. I just want to thank Minister for all his dedication and hard work to his people of the East. And also, he's a man with integrity, vision, and even with the years of struggle at the East, he is trying every possible way to accomplish his mission to benefit his people in the best possible way. Putting lights, water expansion, roads. It's not a very easy job to do, but it's worth trying.
That's
and
right.
the spirit that he has in doing so. I want to congratulate him for all his humbleness and desire to serve his people in the best possible way. But one thing I want to big up the minister, because he has given women the capacity and believing in them that they are capable and worth and valuable in the society. So, Minister Aragon, I want to big you up for empowering the woman and making the woman work in the East.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Can
so-
we go on a break?
Yeah, I'm going to take on the break because you have to pay your bills. No?
I have to pay my bills, and I have the producer there behind my back telling, "Oh, we're going to break. Let's go on a break at the moment."
Calling all Belizeans everywhere.
Honorable Elodie Aragon Jr. invites you to our leadership convention on Sunday, February 9th, 2020 at the Belize Civic Center. You can't afford to miss this once-in-a-lifetime historical event. Buses will be leaving the East Office on Liberty Avenue at 8 a.m. For the East constituency villages, buses will be leaving from your respective community center at 8 a.m. Calling all UDP supporters out for this massive event. Transportation, food and refreshments will be provided. Kindly confirm your attendance by Friday, February 7th. For more information, call 322-3278 or 610-2060. Honorable Elodie Aragon Jr., son of the East, invites you all.
Celebrate together, UDP.
UDP, united forever, stronger than ever.
2019 was a milestone year for overnight tourist arrivals in Belize. There were over 500,000 overnight tourist arrivals, a new record for Belize. Over the past decade, Belize's overnight tourism sector has grown by more than 100%, increasing from 241,000 in 2010 to just over 503,000 in 2019. The National Sustainable Tourism Master Plan set a goal to achieve 556,000 overnight stays by 2030. With 10 years to go, we've already achieved 90% of this goal. This success can be attributed to aggressive marketing initiatives, new international flights, and working closely with local and international agencies and partners. The BTB thanks our tourism stakeholders for your role in this remarkable achievement. Together, we will continue to grow Belize's image as the best destination in the region.
Someone come? Yes, someone coming. Let's go. Sa. Fastest question of the day. Why you the letter here?
Who sent me the letter?
That sign right there. You can't read?
Well, make I tell you something. In this here community, everybody dump here, so me just dump my garbage right here.
So if somebody jump off a bridge, you do it too?
No, man, no.
You never know that littering is an environmental crime and Department of the Environment can charge you for that?
Why is that a crime?
Because you pollute the same environment you live in, dirtying the same land and water you use. You don't even know that you dumping garbage can make you and your family sick by attracting disease-carrying pests, and the Department of the Environment just to try help we take care of the environment.
So all of that? Well, know that you put it that way.
Thanks for your 5 cents, brother. That's 5 cents question of the day.
This message is brought to you by the Department of the Environment.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent German Vega and Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show, a rather heated show this morning because of the amount of calls we've been getting. That begins to tell you one thing, that there are people who are willing to defend Minister Noke Wat, despite the fact that you have some people who just want to create havoc. Believe me, there are people who love you, and people who like
Manuel, I always say
have it back.
the work speaks for itself, and I've been here with people from day one always and will always be here. And to me, the important thing is to ensure we do what is in the best interest of our people, and I stand by that every day. And of course, to everybody out there, I know the amount of projects I have, Manuel, lined up already. It's only the funding we need. It's only the funding we need to get these projects underway. And like I've always told people, you not build Rome overnight, And I will tell you, and I just want to add, Emmanuel, the amount of work that the United Democratic Party has done throughout this country can never compare to what the PUP has done, because the PUP has done nothing except rob the Belizean people of millions and millions of dollars. And that is why I always say this, Emmanuel. And I invite everybody to join us on our Truth Be Told talk show that we have every Thursday night from 7:30 to 9:30. And there we talk about these issues because right there, me not afraid for talk about Emmanuel. When you compare PUP and UDP, it's as different as day is to night. And why? The PUP has done nothing for this country. And the sad thing about it, Emmanuel, the same PUP leaders like Johnny Briceño, Musa Fonseca's, the Espats, who else are they right now? Espats and all of the rest were there, right? Is the spot there? Yes, and you got Musa Jr., you name the crowd. They're all there. The Marines, everybody. 10 people are the same people who robbed this country blind. And they are the same people asking to go back into office, Emmanuel. I can understand that. And I hope the people understand that they are not an option to be put back there. I know say how you put back one man with thief you millions of dollars. I know say how. And the Belizean people must understand that. Right? I know say I have always said I know I'll be the last to tell you the UDP is a perfect party. It is not, but it is a better party compared to this here PUP. And Emmanuel, infrastructure-wise across this country, you can see the work for yourself that this party has done. And when I always tell people like in the East, look here, look at Orange Walk District, Emmanuel. You look at how many roads are left to be paved, main roads. That could be real. Not much. The main road through Tongue, thanks to the United Democratic Party, Tongue Council never have that. A lot of the roads where Tongue Council said they paved that through SIF funding and through funding
and we
from
have
government.
The road paved all the way almost to Blue Creek.
But then take credit for some of that. But no problem with that. That's all in politics. And when you look at the road,
how can they take credit for that?
The road to Blue Creek, who paved that? Through the UDP government. Right now, $100 million is being spent from Corozal to Sarteneja, 2 bridges built, and that is the UDP. And right now, the government has already stated that the next funding that is coming, the way they get through Kuwait or wherever they'll get it, will pave through this from San Esteban up to, from Orange Walk up through San Esteban, Progreso, etc., to connect to Sarteneja Road. What will be left for us? Only Guinea Grass Road, which is a major road that needs pavement, and I'll be the first to tell you that road needs to be fixed in terms of not just scrape, because scrape it alleviates the issue but does not solve the problem. We need to pave that road. Orange Walk to Guinea Grass needs to be done. Then you look at what the other road is in the east. Think about it in Tongue. Which other in this whole district? What else will be left? No count San Esteban that and get done soon any which way. I think definitely monies have been being sought for that. The next road will be Santa Marta Road, and after that what we have Palmar, we have Champan Ridge, the little roads we're going to Carmelita, the main road, and these things. Add up all of those miles together. Now give us so much that you say we can't get it done. This government could get it done. I always tell people this term, the amount of money that was invested for major infrastructure in terms of the main roads have been achieved. Right now, these little roads will come about. If some of them not come in at this budget, they will come in the next couple of years from now. Next year or next 2 years from now, we will get those roads one fixed. And when that is done, we will not have this problem again. The reality is that everything works on a budget.
So you're asking people essentially to...
No, it will happen. I am confident.
Confidence in
it will happen with the United Democratic Party. If you want to put the PUP back in, I can tell you, what you expect from a pack of wolves? You will not expect nothing that make them behave like who they are and what they have done in the past. You not expect nothing less, trust me. So what I'm saying is, Emmanuel, it is only with the UDP that we see these kinds of progress. And don't make nobody come and fool you and say, they don't do this and then that. They cannot do it unless it is budgeted for. Because some of these roads require funding, and then you require 10, 50,000, 100,000. It's far more than that to get these kinds of road paved, properly, right? I'm not talking about one fake job. I'm talking about good roads to be done that will last for a long, long time. So, Emmanuel, my thing to all of our people out there is that, listen, the works that is needed, we know exactly, because I'm out there on the ground, I know exactly what these villages need. I know exactly what the town needs, and we are working on these things. Right now, We are preparations are being made for 2 projects that I have that I am personally spearheading, and I'm hopeful that we could get these things up. I will highlight those with you hopefully maybe next week or the week after as we progress with that, because I don't like to talk about it until we get it locked in, that we could get it delivered, you know. And of course, you don't want to highlight some of these things because the PUP are run go try to watch me there for cover. Yeah, you understand me how these things work in politics. But it doesn't matter for me. Like I've always told people, I am here to work. I've always been here working with you all from day one up to today. You can't say Aragon has rested, and I think we have been ongoing it steadily.
Minister,
so have no fear in that. But
we can't.
I know time is going.
The show on we can't finish the show unless we talk about the convention.
That's right, and Emmanuel, good thing you remind me. And me, I talk a lot in terms of when it comes to the PUP, because listen, the people must understand this, especially our young people, Emmanuel, who don't understand. They weren't wrong to conceptualize that entire thing that transpired when the PUP was in power. We have to educate our young people. So I invite you all to join us Thursday night on 104.9 FM, where we tackle the issues and say it how it's supposed to get.
But on
Leadership
Sunday,
Convention, Emmanuel.
Convention.
Leadership Convention this Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. I am inviting all our United Democratic Party supporters. I'm inviting you to come to this historic day, convention day, this national convention. They call it the biennial for all of you old UDPs. Remember the biennial days? Mm-hmm. This is it. This is it right here. National convention this Sunday, the 9th of February 2020, will be a historic day where you will see and meet our UDPs across this country. You see that place there, Emmanuel? I am predicting we're going to fill that place. That place is going to be ram jam with our UDP supporters. You're going to have people going out there because it will be a very important day where the delegates of this party, our UDP, will be there and make us will be voting to select the next party leader of the United Democratic Party and the person who may very well be the next Prime Minister of this country. Right. Very historical. I don't know if we are the wrong for another one like this. Mm-hmm. We have the biennial, we have the National Convention, but I know every time you go there and you select a leader, a voting like this that will occur. So very important. I'm asking everybody, all our UDP supporters, to make way and time for Sunday, this Sunday. I will tell you, the people in Orange Walk East, Town Side, our buses will depart from in front of the East office at 8 a.m. I'm inviting you all to come. You can contact our offices at 322-3278 or 610-2060. 322-3278 or 610-2060. Call us so we know you're coming. We'll have some shirts where everything will be provided for, transportation, food, refreshments, you name it. Come out and meet and join your brothers and sisters from the United Democratic Party to get out there.
Sugar City Morning Show, good morning.
Morning, gentlemen. Morning, Mr. Martinez. Honorable Aragon, good morning.
Yeah, morning.
Yeah, I was just listening, and I thought that I want to give my input as well on the topic that you guys are discussing, and I'm following up on what Akara had said earlier with respect to the mayor and what the mayor is doing, using the funds paid into the town council by people of the Orange Walk town for use by the mayor to fix the streets and to provide services to the people of Orange Walk town. He is taking all these resources and funneling it into works being done in villages that are not under his this portfolio, whatever it is. But the only purpose and the only reason he's doing is trying to gain political mileage out of it. Meaning he's not doing this out of any love. If he was doing it out of love, if he would have been doing works out of love, he would have been doing it
a long time
for the people of Orange Walk town who elected him to do that. But instead he's taking this money that is being paid and funneling it out, obviously for try gain points, to try gain
favors with the people who he wants or intends to represent someday. I mean, a dreamer and Chihuahua, but he cannot be doing this. And what I think the Orange Walk people should do is to demand a financial report from him. Demand from him to show them how he has been spending these monies that he is spending, using the Tonkoso resources, the equipment and everything, sending it elsewhere when there's a lot of work to be done in Orange Walk Town. No, I'm not saying that the people of the villages don't deserve the work. Of course, everybody does. But you take care of your house first, then you go to your neighbor. You don't go and take care of your neighbor's yard and your one bush. That's not the way it works. You know? So I think someone or somebody or some entity should address or demand from the mayor that he comes fair, comes clean with the people of Orange Walk Town, who are his employers, who are the ones paying his salary and also paying his taxes so that works get done in Orange Walk Town. I mean, sometimes you see garbage strewn all over the place for a week. Look at the bushy lots, look at the overgrown drains, look at the condition some of these streets are in, and he will take the resources scheduled for that and send it somewhere else just because he wants show off or he wants to show that he need to work. You better work home first. Then you can go elsewhere and work. You don't do that. But somebody should demand from him that he presents a financial report or make somebody demand an audit to be done at that town hall. You will be surprised the amount of bones that will drop out of that closet. You know?
Carla, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
As best as I know, that the reports of all the town councils are audited by government officials. How is it that they don't see through these things?
It is the ministry. The town councils are responsible to the Ministry of Local Government.
So the local government sends auditors to check them. Why is it that they can't pick up on these discrepancies?
Well, I think a request, first of all, a request has to be made, or somebody has to say, well, we need an audit here, because obviously Chihuahua will not want to audit himself, or maybe he wants to, well, using his own auditors, but it won't be convenient for him for the government audit to come in and find out what's happening at the
No, but as best as I know, it's the government who audited the town councils.
Yes, but it's upon request. Like, for example, you see what happened at the Sports Council. That is the minister responsible for Sports Council requested an audit from the audit department and said, man, listen, I think there's something happening here. Please go in, check my books. So Ministry of Local Government should, I think, take the first step and say, listen, we need to audit the Alex Town Council or Draft Town Council, because the Draft Town Council has not been putting up its financials. You know, they have not been putting it up, and this is public knowledge. If you give money for works to be done, then you want to know how that money is being spent, and that the town council does not do that. Even the government of Belize has to do a budget presentation to the people of Belize because it's not their money. He's not doing that, and he has not done that for quite some time.
So what you're telling me is that there's no accountability and no transparency?
Zero. And they want to talk about transparency and accountability. They're the most corrupt set of thieves were they. They corrupt, the most corrupt set of crooked people, and they want to point fingers at others. Man, check your house first. I think people should start to be wise up and demand an accountability from Chihuahua with respect to the money spent, because Lord knows what is happening there.
You man, tell her also.
Like a liars. Anyway, gentlemen, I leave you guys at
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, well, definitely, I think, the amount of calls that came in regards to that, I think that is an issue that needs to be discussed, and of course, in terms
And
of the
proof
audit.
that the people are watching.
Yeah, because definitely, I think
asking questions.
People, like I said, I don't think anybody worry about the work that is being done. I mean, I think everybody appreciates that, everybody welcomes that. And like, for one, I am not against that. But definitely, I think people in town that are paying their taxes and expect, if their roads are broken up in front of their house, then I figure they must have one query about that. But that is a whole issue that needs to be discussed on its own, Emmanuel. But right now, I know we run out of time, Emmanuel. I want to get back to this convention.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. I'll give you some time.
I want to ask our UDP supporters to come out. And just to continue with the information is that our buses will be leaving at 8 a.m. This Sunday from in front of the East Office. So if you're in town and you need to catch a ride to go out there, our buses will be there and leave departing our Orange Walk East Office. That is on Liberty Avenue, departing at 8 a.m. So I invite you all to come in, to give us a call. Let us know that you're coming so we could say, you know what, this is how much buses we
What
need.
number should they call?
Let them call 322-3278 or 610-2060 and just say you come.
322-3278 or call 610-2060. Tell them, hey, me and my son pick the Guine.
That's right. Let us know
Or
who
me
are
and my
coming.
granny and Grandpa Guine or whoever. And have that space reserved.
And it is
itself.
good for us to know because we are providing feeding
Uh-huh.
and also we have refreshments. So we want to coordinate well so we have a good trip. And listen, this thing is going to be historic. All you UDPs out there, if there was ever a time you need to come out to support your party, it is this time. Come out and you'll meet all your friends and your family in this
We'll
UDP.
take this last call. Sugar City Morning Show, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Gold.
Yes, morning.
So I'm live watching your show from the Sugar City Morning Show now.
Yes.
I want to share this out. For those of my constituency, I want you to know that there are many things that needs to be done. And together, we will get it done.
Wait, left, you show me left, man.
Oh, yeah. I was following the instructions of the producer.
Just to say,
with the volume.
we don't have no problem with that, Emmanuel,
And,
because he's only, I think he's trying to, that POP person, of course, and he's basically playing a recording that I told the people in Champan Ridge Village that we will, if you can imagine the possibilities, we will get the road done. Do you understand me? But
that is the same person again?
You know, the thing is, Emmanuel, I've always told people, listen, once there's funding for us to get the projects done, the projects will be done, Emmanuel. The streets are one of the most important people.
Sugar City Morning Show, good morning. Last chance.
Yeah. So, you know, that's a simple thing. And I will not worry about it, but, you know, Noble, I told them, Mr. Noble, on our talk show last time, that the work that is there to be done, we know what needs to be done. And we know, I could tell you, Champan Ridge, if the one thing Champan Ridge wants is their road. What will Palmar benefit from most tremendously right now? Is a road paved through their village. I could tell you where every village needs and necessities are and what is of more priority to them because I've been through this over and over with them. And we know it. I have one stockpile of proposals that needs to be done for Orange Walk East, Emmanuel, and we will get those things done.
But like you said, all you need is the money.
And we will get it done, Emmanuel, and I want people to know right here, it will only happen with the United Democratic Party. It not happen with PUP, and no believe, because when you got a man like Johnny, when you got a man like Musa, and the whole bunch of them, where they follow them, you will not go no way, trust me, because they don't have the people's interests at heart. And I could tell you that, and you know why I can say that? Is because they have proven that to the Belizean people before they were in power. And what did they do when they were in power? Did you see all the kind of infrastructural developments that we see today under the United Democratic Party?
They stole the money.
They literally stole this money. And I could play a recording for them for sure where Johnny Briseño says, bring the millions back. Bring back the millions. Tell that and take one recording from that, my brother, and play it for yourself. For know that what the PUP stands for is nothing good. And they are the same people who are asking for your vote right now to be put back in office. And I tell you, listen, if we allow the PUP to come back into office, dog will eat our supper. And I don't think nobody can want that. Stay fast and stay true to the UDP, because at the end of the day, it is not about what the UDP has done for us personally, you individually. It is about what the UDP is doing for our nation, in building our nation, building our capacity, ensuring that we have opportunities for education. And we could sit here all day and talk about the great work of the United Democratic Party. And I know we run out of time. But I'm saying this, Emmanuel, because people need to be reminded of these things. People must understand what is at stake this year when it comes to the 2020 election. We either go forward with the UDP or we retract and go back with the old days of the PUP. And the people will have to decide that. And definitely, Emmanuel, I want to tell all the villages, all the people in town, I know the work that needs to be done. I've been working on it consistently, and not just one day I get up and do all the work. We have been doing it every day. If they're not helping people personally and being out there with them and getting getting big projects done, we are working. It is a testament that we are talking about every day when I come and highlight all the great work that we are doing. So I don't think no faze me. I've always had the people's interest at heart, and that is what we want to see, and that is what we will continue to see under the UDP. But remember, this Sunday, please, I'm asking our UDP supporters, the buses leave at 8 a.m. in front of the East Office. Come out. Let us go there. Let us go there and make this the historic day that it will be. You don't want to miss this out, 5, 10 years from now, you could tell your grandson or your grandparent, I was out there. I was out there when this thing happened, And definitely it'll be fantastic. People are coming from all over the country, and I invite you all to come out. Remember, our buses leave at 8 in the villages. Our buses will be leaving from respective villages, from their community centers, in front of community centers or main areas in terms of parks and stuff like that. It is there. We have been inviting people. So I ask you all to come out and let's come together united as we move our United Democratic Party forward always. All right.
Thank you very much, Minister.
That's my closing remarks, Emmanuel.
Well, my closing remarks as host of the show is thank you very much for all those people who participated. Aquellas personas que trataron de ser un dolor, ya saben dónde. No me estorban, por decir estorbar, pero en realidad sí me estorba, yo creo. Al pensarlo bien, sí me estorba. No me estorba, no fuertemente, pero sí me estorba pensar de que todavía gente todavía tiene la venda. Me estorba que todavía esté ciego. Eso es el punto. Me estorba que todavía estés ciego y que no abras tus ojos, que no puedas abrirlo porque no te lo permiten. Bueno, muchas gracias a todos.
Next week we'll be here, Emmanuel.
Y al equipo de producción, muchas gracias, claro que sí. Al equipo de producción, muchas gracias. Y a todos, muy buenos días y feliz día. Hasta luego, nos vemos.
All right. Thank you, brother. Marcel, gotta go.
City Morning Show.